Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ance Armstrong back again, and today we're gonna be talking MLB The Show 22. MLB The Show 21. The game's life cycle essentially has come to an end. We still got a couple new content pieces coming out, but at this point in the game, we're fully into the MLB offseason, and that is when we start to turn eyes onto the next edition of MLB The Show. So today we're going to be talking about when could we be seeing some news about MLB The Show 22? When could we start getting some features? When could a release date possibly be? And of course, one of the favorite aspects for everyone of the new game, the cover athlete as well. I've come up with some mock covers myself. Definitely no design expert, to come up with a couple cover athletes I think could make really cool covers for MLB The Show 22. So we'll take a look at those. I'm gonna give you my prediction on who I think the cover athlete is gonna be. Let me know who you think it's gonna be down in the comment section below, and let's chat about MLB The Show 22. So the first thing we got to look at, of course, when we're talking about when can we get some information on the new game, is when have we gotten our first snippets of information on previous titles for MLB The Show. So kind of looking at the Diamond Dynasty era for MLB 17 on, this is when we started to get information for those games. MLB 17, we got Ken Griffey Jr. on the cover, and that was announced on October 27th. So just at the end of October, really kind of unexpected, out of nowhere, Ken Griffey Jr. I still remember that day fondly, seeing that new cover with him on there. You could tell it's going to be a new era of the game. On to MLB 18 with Aaron Judge. That was announced on November 6th. So a little bit after we had on 17, but still within that relatively similar time frame. On to MLB 19. Once again, same time frame with Bryce Harper. He was announced on November 2nd with his teamless cover, as he was a free agent at that time. Really cool way that they kind of incorporated that there. Then we move on to MLB The Show 20 with Javi Baez, and we can see October 21st. So really early on in that game, we had the announcement for MLB The Show 21. And one thing to note with 17, 18, 19, and 20, there were pre-order bonuses for the previous game for each of those. So if you pre-ordered MLB The Show 20, you got a finest Javi Baez for MLB The Show 19. If you pre-ordered MLB 19, I believe you got the MVP Harper. In MLB 18, I'm pretty sure that is the one you got. They announced these covers during the game's still life cycle, and then gave you some rewards for pre-ordering. And then as we got into early January or so, we began to get the first game trailer, followed by dev streams into February, late January through February, and then a middle to late March release of the game. And that's kind of the general life cycle that MLB The Show has followed for some time. Late October, early November cover, early January trailer, February we have dev streams, March we get the game, rinse and repeat. However, of course, that did change last year. Obviously a lot of circumstances going into last year, but the MLB The Show 21 cover was not announced until February 1st. We knew nothing about MLB The Show 21. We didn't know if it was going to be crossplay. We didn't know any features. We knew nothing about the game until February 1st, really a couple days before, because they had gotten leaked. But February 1st was the official first day that the game was announced. That's the first time we really knew anything about the game, as you can see, much later on than when other games had been announced. And of course, accompanied with that was a much later release with April 20th, about a month later release than we were used to seeing with previous games. Probably part of the reason why it was delayed so much, because they weren't able to lock down a firm release date. Of course, a lot of factors going into that. Through the pandemic, a lot of people working from home, and so having to shift into working from home to work on MLB The Show 21. Of course, you had it going cross-gen as well. So not only were they making it for PlayStation, they were making it for Xbox too. And with next gen coming out along with that, they were making it for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. So definitely a lot of circumstances around that February 1st release for MLB The Show 21 in terms of that cover athlete. That being said, I am hopeful and thinking that we are going to get MLB The Show news for MLB 22 a lot sooner than February. If we look back at the last time the game went to next gen platform, the game was delayed 1 month as well, just like we had this previous season with MLB 14. Yet when the next game came out, it was back into the regular March release window. And after all the positive momentum we had in MLB The Show 21 with all the new players, we're definitely into the very late season of this game. Player base is dwindling, probably a bigger drop off player base wise here in 21 than we had in 20. I think SDS has realized that, and they want to be able to get 22 out as soon as possible. I'm predicting that we are getting back to a March release for MLB The Show 22. We will get a trailer in January with dev stream starting in February and a cover announcement before the end of the year. I'm calling it. I think they're going to do it. It could literally be any day. This day that I'm recording this video, by the time it goes live, like, they could drop an announcement in 5 minutes from now. It could happen at any point in time. I'm predicting before the end of the year, we get an MLB The Show 22 cover. For what that cover could look like, though, I got a couple mock-ups here. First, we got Shohei Ohtani, of course, the MVP, one of the most historic seasons we've seen in the history of the sport. I think Shohei Ohtani, he's almost too obvious for the cover. I think he's going to end up being on there, highlight his two-way ability, both pitching and hitting. But I do think that they dip their toes back into having a second cover this year, just like we had this previous season with the Tatis cover. We had the Legends Edition Jackie cover. I think MLB The Show is ready to make a big splash on the Legends. They got 1 year of Xbox users under the belt. They want to keep them around for year 2. What better way to do that than Derek Jeter? So I'm going with an Ohtani as our main game cover and a Derek Jeter for our special edition, MVP edition, whatever you want to call it, Hall of Fame edition. I'm going with Derek Jeter as our second cover for MLB The Show 22. Those are my predictions right there. Hopefully we get some news before the end of the year. I'm definitely expecting we're going to get something soon. And as MLB The Show 22 comes out with any information, you know we're going to be on it, covering it, letting you know what's going down. You're going to want to be in the loop for MLB The Show 22 information, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll keep y'all updated with everything going down as we get information on this game. I'm already counting down the days to MLB The Show 22, the return of stub making videos, new players to use, new legends. The excitement around the release of a game is just unmatched by anything. Let me know, though, again, your predictions for the MLB The Show 22 cover down in the comment section below. Laddie Jr., I know, going to be another popular one. Who else could we see on the cover? Until next time, though, I'll catch y'all around.